Sixx Sense with Nikki Sixx.
It's Jen and Nikki Sixx. It's Sixx Sense. And not only is it us, it is Brett and it is Kyle and Mr. Roddy Piper himself. Welcome to the show.
Aren't you a sweetheart? Thank you very much.
So for the very first time, we're doing kind of like a round table here with all the guys because when we talk about wrestling or any kind of legendary person like yourself, I can't leave them out. There's no way I could have left them out today.
You love them.
This is an honor for them as well as myself.
That's very kind.
We're really excited to have you here.
Thank you. They got a lot of respect for you. I can tell. No, there's a lot. It's kind of like a family little thing going on here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very cool. Yeah. I understand that Nikki's not here, and he was wise to leave.
He doesn't let just anyone sit in his seat, by the way.
Oh, I'm in his seat?
You're in his seat.
Holy cow. Pressure's on now.
It is.
No, happy to be here. Happy to be here.
You're a fitting replacement for him since you are obviously the number one villain in all of pro wrestling.
Isn't that something, though?
Yeah.
It goes all the way back. Like, there's a guy named Gorgeous George that wasn't bad. And it's quite an honor. I'm not sure that I am, but it's quite an honor. I don't know where. I guess that's all I got to say about that. I mean, these guys like Dusty Rhodes and Superstar Billy Graham and Bobby Heenan. Do you remember Bobby Heenan?
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Heenan said to me one time, this is what Bobby Heenan said. He says, I asked Piper, what comes after a sentence? He said parole. Really, Bobby? And so, there's been some great ones. I think that I was probably the most, inside the ring, I didn't play. It wasn't comedy. Hillbilly Jim, I did a thing called Legends House in Harpo Marx Mansion about 2 years ago. They put 8 legends in a mansion and took away all the toys, and I got Tony Atlas and Pat Patterson and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh! And I says to Hacksaw Jim Duggan, I says, did you order your food? He goes, no, I asked it nicely. What does that mean, God?
You got to do a Chippendale skit during that, didn't you?
Thank you very much for reminding me about that. And the thing with that was like Hacksaw, I'll tell you about the cheating part later, but Hacksaw, we've been we've been away from our wives for, I don't know, 3 weeks. I think we were 4.5 weeks there, and so it was the Chippendales. I hated that part personally, but so boom, and we got this stuff, and we got white Bobby jock socks on, and a pink shirt doing the Tom Cruise, whatever he did with
Risky
that with
business.
the guy. Thank you very much, my dear.
Yeah.
Risky business. All right, and boom, and I'm up, and I had Hacksaw was standing over me in the afternoon. I don't know how you do this. I don't recommend it for anybody because I'll never do it again. They waxed me.
Oh, God.
Baby Jesus. Are you kidding? The first time you pulled that thing off, I said, dude, don't ever do that again. It's a lady. I don't need nothing for the bikini. I'm fine on that too. Hacksaw be going, ooh, this one's really going to hurt, Rod. Thank you. So they waxed me. Then they, spray tan me like they paint a Earl Schreiber car, $99.95, paint anybody. And then then the real guys, real Chippendales tried to teach us. I don't know what I can say here.
You can say anything you want.
Okay, so I never heard of a cocksock myself, and I know, I gotta be careful with the lady.
That's a good thing.
Thank you very much, and because I didn't want one.
But now you have, so now you're.
I
in
have
the
now.
category.
I'm just an old Heidi Fleiss now, and so Hacksaw. We get there and we go through the crowd, and there's these, these ladies, and they're, Screaming at what? I don't know. Anyway, they're screaming and loving. And so now we're supposed to come on stage, and there's the big close where, boom, the shirt comes off one arm, the shirt comes off the second arm, sunglasses come down, and the hard turn. Hacksaw's still down there trying to get a date. Hang on. Hacksaw! Get your ass up here, damn it! Hacksaw! Oh, okay. I'm here, pipes. And this is like the real guys in Vegas. But one thing, they gave them job security because we sucked.
So you're telling me there was never a second time that you did this? Like even when you got home,
I must have been really drunk. A couple times really drunk. I picked some guys up when I was about 18 years old, right in this town there called the Hollywood Blondes. I don't know what got into me. I used to live on 1733 Ocean Avenue in this town. I wrestled. This is where I got my first break. Maybe I was 19. And the promoter, Mike LaBelle, asked me to pick up the Hollywood Blondes at the LAX. I'm young, dumb, used to wear the blue jeans.
Cocksock?
Nah. The whole show, you're going to do that. But, you wear your blue jeans in the wintertime, and then they're cut off shorts in the summertime, so I got that on, and, flip-flops, and I saw them come out, I picked them up, so I just got naked, went and got their bags and put them in the trunk. They've never met me before, right? Get in, guys, get in, and boom, and they, those are different times. I'm not sure what year this was, in the 70s, and how do I say this now? So there was this thing called angel dust. Allegedly.
Heard of it.
Allegedly. Ever heard of it? Apparently angels take it and it makes them blossom. Well, so the two Hollywood Blondes look at the usher, go right ahead. And I drove them to the Olympic Auditorium, and by the time they got there, I had to help them both up, and the promoter fired them, so I helped them back down. I dropped them off naked, and I went back to 1733 Ocean Avenue. Yeah, it's been fun.
Would you get started at that point? Would you just walk into a gym and say, "Hey, I want to start training"? What would it be like?
Holy cow! Boy, I wish it was like that. I'm kind of unique. Eunuch. I'm a eunuch. I had never seen a professional wrestling match before, and I left home when I was 13. And I came fifth in the world professionally playing the bagpipes, which is like, couldn't have given me the guitar and been Paul McCartney, or like Elton John on the piano, and give me the bagpipes, which is the second hardest instrument in the world to play. It's a war instrument, so the tunes are like flank left, flank right, et cetera, et cetera. And I would stay in youth hostels, and it cost 25 cents to get in.
Wow.
And so at nighttime, I would, play my bagpipes with the case and get what change I could. And there was this one youth hostel. It was kind of cool, I guess, for youth hostels. Trying to make the best of it, Be thankful for what you got. And you go down there and you give them a quarter. And they had a big sign. I swear to you. They had a big sign that says, "Check your weapons and drugs at the door." I'm not kidding. And they give them back to you. That kilo of cocaine is mine, and the Uzi over, whatever. Yeah, you came in, and there was 3-tier bunk beds. And when you come in, you got a sandwich, a carton of milk, and a cookie, boom, boom, and then lights out at 9 p.m., and then 6 a.m., loud music, get you out of there. You got a paper plate, 2 eggs, bacon, and a little toast, and then they gave you a towel. You'd have a shower, and you had to get out, and you couldn't come back the next day, but you could come back the day after. So, you made most of my money at night under the street light, blowing my bagpipes. I got pretty good at ducking and mucking, too. And so, during the day, though, because it was a YMCA, I had nothing to do, and I saw some guys wrestling, amateur wrestling. So I just started wrestling, and there was a bag over there. I started boxing, and I ended up being the Golden Gloves champion and the 167 amateur wrestling champion. Now, my coach... oh, man. Tell me when I'm boring you, okay?
No. Oh, you're not boring anyone, trust me.
My coach was a priest, and when wrestling came into this country in Canada, he would be like the local referee for the first 2 matches. So that was just his affiliation. And one time, I was coming back home to the youth hostel, and this old man come up to me and says, "Hey, can you tell me," I don't know what the name, Victoria Avenue is. And I come up and went, "Oh," and he tried to get me his car. And so boom, I beat it, And remember at 9 p.m. they're closed, And I'm like, Father, let me in now, please, please. And he sat me down. This is what he said to me. He says, Roderick, he says, "I'm leaving. And I'm not going to be here to let you in. And let me tell you what's going to happen to you." And this is exactly what he said. He says, "You're going to get stuck out there, and you're going to get hungry, and you're going to rob a 7-Eleven, and the police are going to get you. They're going to throw you in jail. You're going to get raped, and then you're going to die." He's a priest. He knows this stuff. Exactly what he said. "I can get you $25 if you want to fight this guy." And I had never seen a professional wrestling match. Sure, I'm in. So I went to my pipe band, and I wore the kilt of the pipe band. And 4 bagpipers, full regalia, bass drummer, boom, boom, with a big fuzzy hat and the pint of scotch inside the hole in that hat, and 2 snares. And I'm 167 pounds. I'm wrestling 167 middleweight. Do you remember Mr. Perfect?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. It was his dad, Larry the Axe Henning, all right? So I didn't understand the concept of upstaging. And my Christian name is Roderick George Toombs. Short for Roderick is Roddy. And I'm coming down, and the announcer doesn't know who I am. I really didn't care either. But he's got to say something. So he goes, "And from Glasgow, Scotland, Roddy the Piper." And that was it. And I went in, shortest match in the history of the Winnipeg Arena. He beat me in 10 seconds, including the 3 count. Busted my nose, my eye.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm back in the dressing room, and I think they're going to cheat me out of my $25. And they say, "Kid, you did great. How'd you like to go to Kansas City?"
Can I fix my face first?
It's is Larry Henning going to be there? "Oh, no, he won't." And they put me in a car with 6 other wrestlers, 2 ladies. All as hairy as Larry. Moolah's dead now. I love you. And you know what? They smuggled me over the border, and I didn't have a number. Nobody knew I was alive. I didn't have a social security number. I was expendable. And they beat me up every night until I was till 17 or 18. I'd wrestle the first match every night, and I just never stopped. And it was just a mistake that I'm still paying for. But out of it, I got 4 of the most beautiful children in the world, and my wife of 32 years. And, God takes care of fools and babies, and he's still taking care of me, and that's how I got into it,
He rocked asses worldwide, and she's got one of the best asses worldwide. Nikki Sixx and Jen on the Sixx Sense.